100 of the best science fiction movies, man, as laid down as foretold by the prophet Seed. All right, here we're doing 100 of them, man. What I think are the best sci-fi movies, ranked them from 100 to 1. We're talking about one of these a day for the first 100 days of 2022, man. We're just, we did this 2 years ago with 100 for 100, man. We're back with the 100 sci-fi, and we're keeping this on rolling, man. People have been, let's say, apprehensive about this list, but fuck them. It's my list, so I'm going to do it the way I do it. Yesterday, we talked about number 45 on the list, man. Time Crimes. That's right. Number 45 was Time Crimes. If you have not seen Time Crimes, oh boy, do yourself a favor, man. I think it's got to be streaming somewhere. I should have looked that up. But if not, man, please do yourself a favor and rent that bad boy. It's a movie that's worth renting. It's one of those movies it's good and it's quick. Like the runtime is low, so the pace never stops on you. So check out Time Crimes today. Today we're talking about number 44 on the list, and it rears its head as you knew it would at some point. Star Trek. 2009's Star Trek, directed by your boy, J.J. Abrams, man. Tagline, the future begins. Honestly, we're going to give that a C-. Not really feeling that tagline. I'll give it a solid C. Not really feeling that tagline. The fate of the galaxy rests in the hands of bitter rivals. One, James Kirk, is a delinquent, thrill-seeking Iowa farm boy. The other, Spock, a Vulcan. Spock, a Vulcan, was raised in a logic-based society that rejects all emotion. As fiery instinct clashes with calm reason, their unlikely but powerful partnership is the only thing capable of leading their crew through unimaginable danger. Boldly going where no one has gone before. The human adventure has begun again. Man, I don't care who gets salty at this shit, because this Star Trek is dope. The rebooting of a franchise while still being beholden to the things that came before it is brilliant. The way that JJ has managed to weave this into the rest of Trek lore, with bringing in Leonard Nimoy's Spock, clapping out the planet Vulcan, man. Or actually, even before you get to the clapping out planet Vulcan, just the Romulans showing up from the future and just wreaking havoc on everything creates like this reboot / alternate timeline dimension that allows you to just do whatever the hell you want. So like, you don't have to be beholden to canon, but you still kind of are, because Leonard Nimoy's Spock is there. It's all incredibly well designed, I think is the best way of putting it. It's a well designed movie. It's more actiony than a regular Star Trek movie, which a lot of your Trek purists have problems with. Trek is supposed to be a philosophical show about the explorations of man. We leave that adventure to Star Wars. What the fuck ever. Like, we've already gotten away, 10 Star Trek movies. So if you want all your philosophical exploration bullshit, still got 10 more of those. We were due for just a good, straight fun. People forget that there were episodes of Trek that are just, look at Balance of Terror from the original series, man. It's just Romulans. I think that's Balance of Terror. It's just Kirk versus Romulans. And that's the whole purpose of that episode. Every once in a while, those are okay. And this movie was good to have at the right time, man. The cast for this is pitch perfect. Chris Pine's dreamy blue eyes. Zachary Quinto as Spock was just, as soon as they announced that, I was like, well, of fucking course, Siler as Spock. That just makes all the sense in the world. Zoe Saldana, franchise hopping ass from Pirates to Star Trek to MCU. She's great as her. It's all wonderfully laid out. Peg as Scotty makes all the sense in the world. We get a great story. The downfall of this movie is your villain, Nero, played by Eric Bana, and his henchman, played by Clifton Collins Jr. Both weak. The antagonists are very weak. And it is very MCU Phase 1 in the fact that, It's all about the heroes. It's not about the villains. Like the villains are damn near MacGuffin-y. Like they're just a thing to overcome. It's all about the banding of this grouping of people. Some fresh out of Starfleet, some who have been marooned on a backwoods planet for a experiment gone wrong. Some people who are about to be kicked out of Starfleet. Some people who don't even want to be in space. Man, this weird disparate group of people who all come together in order to accomplish a mission. And it does play a lot off of the instinct versus logic that is Spock versus McCoy. The one thing that these movies never got right is the balance between Kirk versus Spock. The one thing that they never really got right with these movies is the balance between Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. It's very Kirk, Spock heavy in Star Trek. It's very Kirk, Spock heavy in Star Trek Into Darkness. It's a little bit Spock, McCoy heavy in Star Trek Beyond, but we never get all three of them balanced out. Not like we do in like Star Trek 2, for instance. They do a very good job of that in Star Trek 2. But there's still so much fun to be had in this movie. The music from Michael Giacchino is amazing. The action is well done by JJ. Everything about this movie just screams fun. So that's it, man, for number, what was that, 44? On the list. Number 44 on the list, Star Trek. We'll be back in 24 of the hours, man, to keep on talking about science fiction movies. Until then, you all take it easy and have a good one.